Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Brittany Kubel. Today joining us is Jacob Belanger. He's a teacher and academy lead here at the high school. Today we are going to talk about Reverse Job Shadow Day. First, tell us a little bit about the academy lead and how STEM Week is going.
Well, Brittany, thank you for having me on your show.
You're welcome.
There's a few things that we've been implementing this week in regards to STEM Week, but a lot of our work has been towards planning, because we felt that instead of cramming it all into a week, to really develop some meaningful experiences for students so that we can prolong those experiences and exposure. So some of the field experiences that we're planning is some field trips for students to go to the Pioneer Valley Coral and Natural Science Institute in Hadley, where students can engage with professionals that are doing coral reef propagation and fresh water purification research. Some of the implementations that we had this week is Mr. Wright, our VP. He actually went into some of the chem labs and he's done some experiments with students regarding exploding bubbles. So setting bubbles on fire in his hand, actually, which was really impressive. Other activities that have been implemented this week regarding to STEM Week is the robotics. We have a robotics technical course where students are really engaging with Lego robotics and learning about the different sensors that are involved. So just like the Tesla automated vehicles, the autonomous vehicles that Tesla has, they deal with sensors that are sonic sound sensors, infrared sensors, toggle sensors, and tap sensors. So it's very similar to what they're doing in the labs at Tesla. They're doing in the robotics classroom here in Holyoke, but on a smaller scale with Lego robotics.
What is Reverse Job Shadow Day?
So, Bernie, Reverse Job Shadow Day is an event that we designed for the Freshman Academy to engage with individuals, professionals from local industry, community, post-secondary, and local government. The professionals come in for this event and they enter the classrooms, the homeroom classrooms, and here we have 4 students that were a part of the Reverse Job Shadow. We have Kayla, Darlene, Kiara, and Jackie that are here today with us to talk a little bit about it. The professionals came in, engaged with the students in activities that were centered around their profession, and had discourse with the students to talk about what the different skills and experiences that were needed in order to get to that level in their profession.
Talk about the importance of all the sponsors.
So, making the connections with the community is really important for an educational institution like Holyoke High School. Bringing the community into the classroom really makes the learning more relevant to the students, more tangible, and they can see where the meaning and the purpose behind what they're learning in the classroom and how it connects to the real world.
I am told students are very grateful and have written you thank you letters. Tell us about it.
So here we have 4 students that were a part of the Reverse Job Shadow that wrote thank you letters to the presenters. At the end of the event, the students had a reflection time to really discuss within their groups, within their classes and teachers, about all the different professions that they've seen, and to formally write thank you letters to the professionals that came in. So I believe we have a clip.
I'm Dylan Cora. I'm in 9th grade. Dear Mr. Simmons, I wanted to thank you for taking your time to present to my class. By talking about your profession, I started to think about how lucky we are as youth to be able to have something like this program available. I respect that you shared your experiences with us and really drew us in by speaking of your times in the court. You showed me that there is always a second chance for all of us, and we can always stay strong, and that we have opportunity to bounce back even in the bad times. I very much appreciate you taking your time here and telling us about your profession. Thank you for your visit. Sincerely, Zaylin Cora.
So that was really nice. The professionals that came in were able to really see the impact that they had in the classroom during that event. So here we have Kayla, Darlene, Kiara, and Jackie that also wrote thank you letters. And I would love for you guys to kind of just give us, what your experience during that event, what it was like, and then we'll come back and we'll have you guys share a little piece of your thank you letters to the professionals that came in. So Kayla, can you give a little what your experience was during this event?
My experience, I had a great one because I had Jacqueline Lozado, and the experience that she gave me was really great because I have been looking into the Medical and Life Science Academy, and I just had a great time.
So Ms. Lozado is an interpreter at the Holyoke Medical Center, is that correct?
Yes.
And would you like to share your thank you letter to her?
Sure. Dear Ms. Jacqueline Lozado, thank you for coming to Holyoke High and speaking to us. I really appreciate you taking out of your time. By you talking about your profession, you made me think about joining the Medical and Life Science Academy. One thing that really interested me was working in the hospital. I might consider a profession in the hospital because I like taking care of people and dealing with medical issues. I really appreciate the time you took out of your day to talk to us freshmen. Thank you for your visit.
Thank you, Kayla. That was really nice. Darlene, can you please share with us what your experience was like during the Reverse Job Shadow?
My experience, it was a good experience because not everyone's gonna have this opportunity to experience what we had, and I feel really grateful that we were able to experience this.
Would you like to share your thank you letter?
Dear Hector Molina, thank you for taking the time out of your day to come to my school and present about your career choice. I think it's amazing that you're able to stand in front of the camera talking about the news and what's going on in today's society. Something I enjoyed about your presentation was we were able to experience what you do on a daily basis. I enjoyed that part because many won't have that chance to experience that. Thank you.
Thank you, Darlene. Kiara, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Would you like to share your experience about the Reverse Job Shadow?
Yeah. So basically, I was a little iffy about the Reverse Job Shadow because I didn't really know like what to expect because obviously I'm a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like at the end of it, I was like, wow, this was actually a good opportunity to have because, not everybody gets this opportunity, and I feel like a lot of the students that received the opportunity really took it to heart and really like got like a real reality of like what goes on in the outside world of school.
Would you like to share your note to the professional that came to visit?
Yes. Dear Mr. Vega, thank you for sharing your life story about your job with our class. I liked your presentation because it showed me a lot of perseverance through your jobs in college. This was important to me because it showed me how even if your ideas don't get worshipped, you can open your own door with new opportunities. I feel like this is a very important mindset skill that people should have in life. Thank you for taking the time to share. Sincerely, Kiara Krogan.
Thank you, Kiara. Jackie, would you like to share your experience?
Yes, I think it was a very informational experience because when I thought of Global Studies Academy, I didn't really think of Spanish interpreter because I wrote my letter to Ms. Colon, who is a Spanish interpreter for a few different hospitals. And, when I think of the medical field, the first thing that Spanish interpreter isn't one of the first things that comes to my mind. So I learned a lot about that. And, I didn't know about it before, so.
Would you like to share your letter?
Dear Ms. Colon, thank you for coming to Holyoke High School. It was great hearing about your profession and learning the types of courses and schooling that is required to be an interpreter. I think it is really cool how you are a young mother and have a great profession already. I hope to be as hard of a worker as you when I get older. All of the things you get to experience as an interpreter is amazing, and I never knew it could be so exciting at times. Seeing babies born translating for people in the ER, it's very exciting. There's a lot more to it than just speaking. I learned a lot from your demonstration, such as sign language interpreters are in a high demand and the difference between a translator and an interpreter. Thank you so much for your visit.
Thank you, Jackie. Brittany?
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or add?
I would really just like to thank the community for coming out for the Reverse Job Shadow. It allows, as you can see, it allows opportunities for students to really make the connection and really think about what their goals would be like in their futures. So I'd like to thank the community for coming out to represent their field in the Reverse Job Shadow and affording our students the opportunity to have these experiences and make the connections between what they're learning in the classroom to the real world, and opening up the students' eyes to set goals about their futures and allow them to see all the different opportunities that are available in the various fields. So I'd like to say, finally, thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Perspectives.